Hey everyone, Ryan Kwan here, and today I'll be doing a video review on the Clarity Series case from Poetic. This is for the 12.9-inch iPad Pro. I have it here in the frosted clear color, and as of right now, it's the only style or color it's available in. This case comes in at $12.95 as well, so it's a very affordable case. And without further ado, let's get into it. So right off the bat, we have this frosted clear look on this all TPU case. As you can see, it's not a perfectly clear case, so it will sort of, I guess, frost up, how the back of the iPad looks. And I'll show you guys how the iPad does look inside the case in just a moment. But first, just want to show you guys a quick 360 tour of the whole case and what it's all about before I put the iPad in. So I have the iPad Pro here. Once again, this is the 12.9-inch iPad Pro. And to install it, it's very simple. As you can see, we're just dealing with a simple plain TPU case, and all you have to do is pretty much just insert it in whichever way you want and just snap the corners in, making sure all the sides are fully wrapped in. And once you have it installed and everything seems to align and fit correctly, you are good to go. So there it is. Here is how the iPad Pro looks with the Clarity Series case from Poetic installed. As you can see, very simple looking case, but man, does that back look really nice with that frosted look. It's not perfectly clear, but I really do like how that looks. The space gray back just comes off really well with this frosted look. You also have the Poetic logo right here engraved onto the TPU case, and that is just a sick looking case. Really like how this looks on the back. Before we get into the features of this case, let me give you guys a quick rundown on the cutouts. So up top we have a TPU covering for the power button. As you can see, if I press it down, very clicky. And also here, cutouts for the speakers. Another cutout for the speakers up here, as well as the headphone jack. Now, unlike a lot of cases that I've reviewed from Poetic for the iPad Pro, this case is fairly thin and minimal. So the headphone cutout is by no means recessed, but as you can see, it is still a very narrow cutout, so you may still have issues using third-party headphones. On the side here, as you can see, all open to give you access to the smart connector for using the smart keyboard, which I do not own, but if you look at the pictures for this product, you can see how it looks. And that is what this whole side is open for. On the bottom, we have another cutout for the bottom speaker here, and a cutout for the lightning port, which of course we need access to charge up the iPad Pro. And lastly, a cutout for the other speaker. And of course on the back we have a cutout for the camera and the microphone. And almost forgot, on this side we have just a cutout for the other microphone and coverings for the volume up and volume down, which are once again very clicky. Let me show you guys what this part is all about. So I don't know if you guys can see this, but hopefully it comes out on video. Over here we have an Apple Pencil holder with the TPU. So they've sort of cut up the TPU in a way that you have this Apple Pencil holder engraved into the TPU, as you can see. And over here you have a stand, so I'll show you guys how that works, but just check out how that cutout looks. Pretty gnarly. So I've got the Apple Pencil right here, and we're just going to install it. And there we go. Very simple, it just drops right in, and I'll show you guys how that looks more up close right here. Very nice. So from this angle, it might actually look a bit cumbersome to take the pencil in and out, but it actually isn't. If you can take a look here at the back, they've actually thought well about how they designed a holder. And here on the back, there is actually a cutout so that you can sort of nudge your finger in. And over here, there's another cutout, so you can use that as well. But I prefer to just use that back cutout, push my finger through, and it pops out really nicely. So there's that. And there's also this circular cutout right here, which acts as sort of a dock or holder as you use the pencil. So once you've taken it out and you draw on it or whatever on your iPad Pro, on the bottom, it is perfectly cut out so that you can just sort of dock it right in. and just leave it there. And when you need to use it again, just pop it out, and there you go. Now, one thing to note is that I've noticed that there is, friction between the TPU cutout and the bottom cap. So what's going to happen is as you pull it out, the bottom cap is going to pop off, but you can just sort of pop it back into the cap. So that's just a little sort of thing. I don't really mind it too much. I haven't really used the docking feature too much since I don't really draw with my iPad Pro. I primarily use this for note-taking, and even then I just prefer to have it just here on the side rather than to dock it. But it is a cool feature, so kudos to Poetic for how they designed the Apple Pencil holder here with the dock and the holder. It's just I think a really well thought out design here with the TPU case. So protection wise, the Clarity series isn't the most protective case. That's pretty obvious. Like I said, it's a fairly thin and minimal case. As you can see, I believe it comes in at around 1.2 millimeters thick. So very, very light, thin and minimal case. Now there is just enough lip here on the corners and the edges and the sides to give it just enough lay on the table protection so that stuff doesn't get on your surface of the screen as you lay it down face flat. But really this is not the most protective case, and in my honest opinion, I think this case is best suited for those who do own an Apple Pencil and use it quite frequently, as this case does not offer the most protection, but it does offer this really convenient Apple Pencil holder and dock, and it's just a really nice, stylish, minimal style case. Now if you do want a bit more protection with this case as you lug it around, you can do what I do and get one of these laptop sleeves. This is for the 13.3 inch Retina MacBook Pro, but it fits just nicely with the iPad Pro as well. So what you can do is get one of these, pop the iPad Pro with the case in here, close it up, and you happen to just drop this, there's not going to be as much damage as there would be with just the iPad Pro and the case. Now this case is totally just an example. You can get something more heavy duty, more rugged, so that as you're traveling, you don't have to worry about damaging the iPad Pro. And when you're at the desk and the table and you need to get stuff done, open it up, take the iPad Pro out. You already have the case installed. You don't need to reinstall it. And you can just have the convenience of this holder and have this really nice thin case, but still have a bit of protection as you use it by the table. So that's how I've been using the iPad Pro, not just with this case, but with every other case I've tried out. I always put it in a sleeve so that as I lug it around, there's just a bit more protection in case it does drop. And when I'm at the desk, take out the iPad Pro from the sleeve. So there you guys go, just a little bit of tips, recommendations, and overall my review on this case for the iPad Pro. Once again, this is the Clarity series from Poetic for the iPad Pro 12.9 inch. All the links you need, including the link to purchase this awesome case, will be in the description below. Be sure to check it out. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys all in the next video.